Welcome back. So, before I tell you where I'm going, I wanted to wrap up the Fort Peck trip. You know, if you're a top professional, you go out on a lake, you know, you're confident you're going to catch fish. And every once in a while, those top guys, they get humbled. You know, they go to a lake and for whatever reason, they struggle. And I found out you don't have to be a top professional to be humbled in this game. Because, you know, when I go out there, if I can catch a limit 5 keeper bass on an unfamiliar lake, you know, that I'm happy with that. And so I went to Fort Peck. The night I got there, the motel I was staying at, it's a fishing place. Everybody that's staying there is a fisherman. And these guys were all walleye pike guys. And when they found out they saw my boat, they found out I was fishing for bass, and they're complaining about all the smallmouth in there and how, you know, they can't keep them off their lines. And I said to this guy, you make it sound like the smallmouth bass are an invasive species. He said they are. And one guy was a guide. He said, you know, I take my clients out there to get walleye, you know, and we keep catching these damn smallmouth. So I go to bed the night before day one thinking, man, I'm going to smash them. Because these guys aren't even trying to catch them, and they're catching them. So you know what happened. I went out on day one. It was windy, so I stayed within the area where I launched. I caught the 4 keepers. One was a good fish. The rest were small. But I met that guy at the dock that morning, and he was a guide. And he told me, no, go run 20 miles to this creek and fish down there. So I got back to the hotel. The motel, they said, how'd you do? And I told them, really, that's all you got, huh? He said, yeah. I said, but there was a guy at the dock, and I told him the story about the guy at the dock, and this guy goes, you don't have to drive 20 miles to catch smallmouth bass in here. He goes and gets a map, and he starts marking the map. He says, you can get them off this point, you can get them off this point, you can get them right here. There's rock piles in here, you can get them. So I took the map, but day 2, I made the run, but I didn't make it to 20 miles. I was getting beat up. So you saw what happened. I fished. Well, when the wind calmed down, I crossed over the lake because I wanted to be on the right side of the ramp of the marina in case it got really rough. Because they were warning me. You know, one guy said, "You're going out in that boat?" I said, "Yeah, why?" He said, "Well, if the wind starts blowing," he said, "you better be careful." He said, if it's 15-mile-an-hour winds coming out of the south, you're going to have 4 or 5 foot waves out there, and you're going to be in a little bit of a pickle. That's what he said. So I wanted to get over, so I got across, and I decided, you know what? It was day 2. I hadn't had a fish. I'm going to fish the spots that the guy marked on the map. Well, they're no secret. I mean, every spot had boats either on them or near them. But I managed to work my way to where I got to fish. I think it was like 4 of them eventually. Didn't catch a fish. Then my battery died. I got towed in. The guy who towed me in worked at the motel I was staying at. So I get back. The guy said, how'd you do? And I told him, really? He said, boy, I just had, my buddy just came in and said, they whacked him off that first point I told you about. And I got to tell you, you talk about being humbled. Here's a bunch of guys who are not even bass fishermen. They hate bass. They can't help but catch them. I'm trying to catch them, and I can't catch one. I was humbled. I didn't think that someone of my ability could be humbled, but I was. I mean, I left there thinking, man, that is just bad. So anyway, what are you gonna do? My original plan was 9 straight days of fishing. Then I cut it to 6. It ended up being 2. I came home. I actually came home, after 2 days of fishing. So I've still got road trip in me. I'm going to my home away from home, Lake Wallula, on the Columbia River. I've been there probably more times road trip wise than any other lake. I'm pretty sure. The last time I was there, I had a great day, but I don't want to fish the same water. I don't like fishing the same water. So I'll show you on the map. I want to get to that spot. It's around a bend. It's way down. It's where I tried to go last time. It was too rough. I really want to go fish over there. So I'll show you on the map where that is. Plan B, my backup plan, because the wind, you know, most of the time I can't make it over there, so chances are I probably won't be able to make it again. Plan B is, I know a bunch of spots from the bridge near where I launch to the Walla Walla River. In that area, I know a lot of spots where I've caught fish, good fish. So plan B will be fish the same spots I fished before on other trips. But I'll show you plan A, what I really want to do on day one. Okay, so here's where I launch. There's a bridge right here. From this bridge all the way to here. See, this is the Walla Walla River right here. I know this part of the lake pretty well. From that bridge to the river, I fished it enough that I have spots there, but where I want to go is past the river. And let's see, I fished, the last time I did get to fish here. I caught some fish, lost one here, I remember that. I really want to go down here. About, like starting like right here, where the contour lines are kind of away from the bank. I want to fish this. There's a hump. I remember there's a hump. Can't remember exactly where it is, but it's in this area somewhere. So there's these areas all the way from say this area here. You see that symbol? That's an old railroad bed. And, you know, I mean, I like to fish it. So I'm going to go from here up to, where's the Walla Walla River? To just before the Walla River. I want to fish this part of the lake. And hopefully I can get there. You know, when you get out in this part here, man, it gets so rough. If I can make it to here, I want to spend most of day one in this area, and then, like I said, my backup plan is to run to the spots where I've caught fish before and try to catch them on you know, in that area. So I'll see you out there. Hopefully, without the wind blowing, I will see you down in this section, somewhere down in there. I just wanted to show you, this is where I launch. This is how it usually is, flat like glass. Now we'll see when I'm trying to get to my spot, I'll turn this back on if it's rough, and I'll show you the difference. Okay, I made it. I ran as far west as I wanted to go. As you can see, it's beautiful. I'm gonna throw I'm gonna use my swim bait as a search bait, and I'm gonna hit all these areas that are like shallow, slow tapering into the channel, and just work my way back. If I connect on the swim bait, I'll slow down in that area and drag the craw. I even have a jig. I don't usually throw a jig because I don't know, that my craw seems to work through grass and rock without snagging. You know, the jig has an exposed hook. It's got a weed guard, but you know, it's got the skirt that grabs stuff. I just never been a big jig person. I just throw the craw. But anyway, I got one tied on. I don't know why. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to work. There's this long shelf here. This is a long one, so this might take me a while. I noticed over there a lot of weeds. That's probably my next spot, right across the water. So I'm going to get started. Let's go. My first fish, and he's a good one. Guess how I caught him? Drop shotting. And I don't have the big camera set up. Oh yeah, this is a good fish. He's fighting like a 3-pounder. I think, yeah. Maybe not. He's a keeper. No, he's not 3 pounds. But he's a keeper. So now I have a dilemma. Do I turn this into a drop shot video? Or do I continue? I threw that darn swim bait a lot around these weeds. It's a thick... Let me get him in the boat first. All right, there we go. He might be 2. I'll set the big camera up. I got a decision to make because I threw the swim bait a lot around the edge of these weeds. The weeds come all the way out and then it drops to like 15 feet. And, you know, I was swimming it over the top and around the edge and I didn't get a bite. And so I, of course, decided to do what I do and drop shot the weed edge. And it took me about, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe to get him. So, but I don't want this to be a drop shot video. So I'm going to continue throwing the swim bait, but then I'll occasionally drop down. He's 114. I will, that'll be the plan. But I mean, I fished this whole stretch with the swim bait for an hour. Didn't get a bite. 114. So what I'm gonna do, because my next spot, I'm gonna run across the lake. See all the weeds like this? It's another shallow. I'm gonna finish over here drop shotting. See if I can pick off any more, and then I'll run across. I'll set the big camera up. I got one on the swim bait, but I think he's a little guy. Unless he's swimming to the boat. Yeah. Well, let's see if he... Oh, he doesn't want to come in the boat. Let's see if he keeps. I think. Quick. Found this shallow area and a lot of bait. So 1.5. I'm gonna work this. I decided not to run to the other side. I'm staying on this side, and I just worked. This is the next shallow one, and this one here looks pretty promising, but I've said that before. That's number 2. Start recording. I think he's a keeper. Yeah, he's definitely a keeper. He's number 3. He's not big, but he's a keeper. It's going to be one of those days, one here, one there. Come here. God, he's barely a keeper. It's all right. A lot of day left. I got a lot of day left. A lot of day. It is. Come on. Help me. Help me help you. I don't know why it does that. It is 1. No, it's not. No, it's not. Hang on. It said 2 something. Oh, come on. No, you're not. Hang on, I gotta turn this off. What's going on? Okay, ready? There it is. 1 pound. That's better. Okay, I am going to, I'm going back to the swim bait. I'm gonna work this stretch here. Then I'm gonna run. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work my way down this bank till I run out of the spots I wanted to fish, and then I'm gonna run all the way back on the other side and do the same thing. I got one on the swim bait so far. So, okay, there's an update. Wind started blowing. It's not bad, but I decided, I fished that side, caught those 3 small keepers. Instead of running all the way back, I just ran across. I've got 2 areas on the map, fairly large, that I want to try, and that'll put me back probably about where the Walla Walla River comes in, and then whatever time I have left, I'll probably end up, unless I run into some good ones, I'll probably end up just fishing spots I fished before when I was here. But so I've got my first spot coming up, so that's where we're at. Start recording. GoPro, turn on. GoPro, start recording. Well, I got one. Had my GoPro off. Yeah, I stopped on this. I can't help it. When I see is what I'm seeing on the graph, where it drops off into deep water and comes up shallow, I have to pick up the drop shot. It's like in my blood. I can't help it. Oh, there's a big one with him. Oh, he's not bad. Oh, I might have found some decent fish here. Man, the one with him was bigger than him. And he's 3 pounds. So, that's a good sign. Oh, jeez, John. Oh, he came off. Did you see what I just did? Boy, I'll tell you, man, sometimes. I had my anti-reverse on. That's all right. Keep going. I found a lot. I mean, see, but GoPro, start recording. I have another one just for the record. My cameras. I got another one, and for the record, I just wanted to say my anti-reverse, I didn't forget it. It's malfunctioning. And so the 3-pounder got away, but he didn't. Yeah, it's not catching sometimes, and that's what happened on that fish. I'm not even sure he's a keeper. Ugh. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro. 1.3. He's a keeper. There's a lot of fish here, so hopefully I can, I'm going to spend some time here, drop shot, because there's just a lot here. So before I leave, I'll probably run the swim bait through here, but right now Now I want to try to catch some drop shot fish because they're here to be caught. Let's see if the anti-reverse works. Come here, buddy. Oh, there goes my worm. Okay, here's where it's going to get interesting, because I am going to try to set the anti-reverse. You know, when you buy $20 reels and it lasts you a year, you can't complain. You know what I'm saying? He's not that big. But I'd like to get him in the boat since he decided to bite. Ready? Okay, it's working. It's working. Yeah, that's a $20 spinning reel at Walmart. Pound and a half, maybe. There's good fish here because I lost one that I think was 3, and there was a big one with him. So I don't want to give up on this spot just yet. I got to call a 1-pounder. I ran the swim bait through here. I didn't get bit. I thought I was going to get one. Because, I mean, you look down there, there's bait, fish. I figured they'd be chasing, you know, and I'd pick one off, but I didn't. So, sticking to the drop shot. GoPro, start recording. Got a good one. Got a good one. He's not a pound. Yep. Oh, he came off. God dang it. My 2 best fish. I've lost them both. I don't know why. That hook is sharp. I don't get it. GoPro, start recording. Get this guy in the boat. He's not as big as the 2 I lost, but he's more than a pound. Man, I tell you, the hook is really sharp. I don't know how they come off like that, but he's a pound and a half. Baby. He wasn't coming off. Oof. Okay. Pound and a half. It's a pound and a half. Okay. What I did was, there's this shallow thing here. I lost that 3-pounder on that side of the shallow thing. I threw the swim bait all the way down to the back side of the shallow thing, and that's where I'm at now. Got a 1-3. Geez, that never even hit the bottom. He's not that big, but you know what? He's culling out a very small fish, so he should cull. Yeah, I think so. He's not 1.8. 1.6. Let's say 1.6. Good with the little ones. Okay, I got a 1.5. Go. Good one, I think. Not that good, but he will cull. Get him in the boat, he will cull. He's over 1.5 pounds. I'm just working my way. I'm throwing the swim bait, I'm just not getting bit. And every once in a while, I stop. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, the conditions are perfect for a swim bait. And there's bait down there. Hang on. Okay, ready? 1.10, 1.9, 1.9. Okay, that gets rid of the 1.5 with a 1.9. I got a 1.6. That's next. Tell you, I'm so bad with the GoPro. Yeah, this guy's gonna cull for sure. He's gonna cull for sure. I'll tell you what, there's some good fish on the drop here. Come on, get him in the boat. Man, is he pulling. Come here, get up here. He's not even 3, but he's going to cull. He's going to cull. Yeah. Might be 2. Drop shot. 2 pounds, 1 ounce. 2 pounds, 1 ounce. Okay, I'm creeping up. Got rid of a 1.6 with a 2.1. Now I got a 1.8. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather catch them on the swim bait, I really would. But, you know, I go long stretches, I got one today on the swim bait. And then all I gotta do is come out on this drop and they're here. So I'm probably gonna drop shot more than I swim bait. Because there's big ones. That, you know, 2-pounders, that's a decent fish, but I know there's 3s and 4s down there. I know there is. Whoa, he's running. Where you going, buddy? I'm leaving after this. The wind is starting to pick up. I'm not going home. I'm leaving this spot. I'm gonna work my way back. It's not bad, but this guy feels pretty good. Let's see if I can get him in the boat. Yeah, he feels really good, actually. Come over here. Come over here. Let's just see ya. Yeah, he's a good one. He's not a giant, but I'd say he's my biggest of the day. I think I lost one bigger than him, but we'll never know. Come here. Oh. Yeah, he's over 2. He's definitely over 2. Yeah, I'm gonna... There's fish here. I'm leaving fish. I may regret it. I got one more spot, I think, down there. You know, a shallow thing that I wanted to fish. And then I'm gonna end up back where I fished before. 2 pounds, 1 ounce. I think I have another 2-1. Let's see, gets rid of the 1.8. I got a 1.9. All right, I'll stay a few more minutes. You know what I've got on my mind? When you see this, it's probably going to be November, but as I'm recording this a week ago, some guy, fishing guide on the Columbia River over in Oregon, he had 6 guys on his boat, and I don't know the details, but apparently a wave hit his boat and capsized. They saved all 6 of his passengers, but he didn't make it. You know, 26-year-old father of 2 little kids. Just sad. I mean, this isn't scary, but they claimed that guy, the people, the witnesses, say it was dead calm, and 20 minutes later it was like the ocean. So you just never know in this place. But I'll probably just kind of drift a little bit longer. I'd like to get a 3 or 4 pounder if I could. Okay, so this is the last shallow shelf before I get to the areas where I've already fished before. I skipped probably half of what I wanted to fish today, so if the wind cooperates, I'm gonna run again tomorrow and down on this side all the way down and work my way back. But this is the last one. I got a couple hours left, so I'm just gonna work this probably for 2 hours and then call it a day. Okay, wind died, so I'm gonna throw, it's not a popper, this is called a spitting image. I don't even know if they make these anymore, but years ago this thing was a hot item, and I can work it a little faster than the popper, and I want to see if they're in this thick stuff. Okay, I got less than an hour. I ran back to this is that area where I came in early summer and had a really good day. Apparently I forgot to put a waypoint on that spot, and I don't remember where it is, but I'm just gonna fish in this area. I'm not that far from the ramp, so I'll finish off in this area here before it's time to go home. Okay, day 1's over. I Had a small limit. Let's see. I had 111, 211, 39, 49, 52, 72, 92. Almost had 10. I come up with 9.4, 9 pounds 4 ounces. I didn't know I was that close. If I would have caught that one where the back, the anti-reverse screwed up, I would have had a double-digit limit. But you know, when you use $20 Walmart reels, stuff's going to happen. Now, does that mean I'm going to go out and spend 10 times more money so it doesn't happen again? Hell no. When I get home, I'm going to throw that in the garbage. I'm going to run over to Walmart and I'm going to buy another one, and it's going to last me all of 2025. Now, if I was fishing for money, for a living, I would obviously have better equipment because, you know, you lose a fish like that and it costs you 10 grand. That would be stupid. So here's my plan. When I get up in the morning, I mean, I'm going to run until the weather says I can't. And if it allows me to run like it did today, I'm going all the way back to that same area. I'm going to be on the north side. I pretty much fished all the south side that I wanted to fish, but then I ran straight across and I skipped a bunch. So I'm going to go back there to the north side, fish that area. I have no confidence in that swim bait, but I'm going to have it on. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to put a popper on tonight, and if it's dead calm and I get around this grass, I'll tell you what, when I said I thought I saw bait flipping, there's a bunch of bait flipping. There's a lot of bait in here. I threw the spitting image. I threw it in here too. I didn't get anything to go on it, but it might just be that there aren't that many fish here. You know, there might be more fish over there, so it might work. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. That's it for day one. I'll see you tomorrow.